Yeah,
Hey! Yeah.
Oklahoma's dog shit.
Oklahoma's
Have you
probably.
been there?
No, but
Why are
my.
you screaming now?
Sorry. No, but my. No, but my kid's mom's dad is a meth addict there, so.
Okay. That should be Oklahoma's
Did you change
motto.
mics? Because it still sounds like shit. Yeah, that's the Oklahoma state motto. Yeah, my kid's
My kid's mom's
mom's
dad
dad
is a
is a
meth
meth
addict
addict
there.
there.
That's great.
No, she sent me a
No,
video
yeah.
once. She sent me a video that once her stepmom was like smacked the fuck out. Like couldn't keep her fucking eyes open, like standing up, like with her head down, falling asleep. It was pretty funny.
She was probably driving a school bus too at
she
the same
was, yeah,
fucking time.
she was leading mass.
Yeah, I've been there. It's not it's a shithole. I also went to like the shittiest part, um, and it is just not good. That was the
What's the shittiest part of Oklahoma?
Lawton,
That sounds like a
Lawton,
shitty.
Oklahoma.
That sounds like a shitty.
If there was an
city.
international market, like if you could, um, I don't know,
Bro,
somehow
I'm telling you, did you
profit
change mics?
off of. Yes, I did.
Okay, well it sounds like shit.
Well, okay. I don't know what you want me to do. Is
I
that
want
any
you
better?
I want you to not sound like shit. I don't think I'm asking for a lot. Yeah. Because I
But,
can't hear you at all. No, it's better.
How about now? Okay.
Oh, you're a
whatever.
lot louder now.
Oh,
I'm gonna turn you down a little bit.
but yeah, that was the first strip club I ever went to. It was there.
Yeah?
It was really, really bad. It was like, like a skate land where it's like just a warehouse.
Yeah.
It was that. It was like a fucking warehouse. Remember in It's Always Sunny when they get the review for the bar, and the guy's like, it has this feeling that you might get stabbed at any time, and then Mac's like, yeah, that's what I've been going for. Like that's the vibe I've
Cultivating.
been trying to cultivate here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what that place felt like.
That way everybody knows you're hard whenever you go to a place like that. That's the kind of
Yeah.
place where you find the detective that's willing to
That
break
was the first time I
every
ever
rule
saw.
to solve the case.
That was the first time I ever saw someone like talking to strippers who thinks that like they're being slick,
Yeah?
which was really really entertaining.
Or were they just shit hammered?
No, no, he was. I mean, he was a piece of shit human being. Um, if that has anything to do, if that has anything to do with your question, but no, he like thought he was being smooth, and you know he just paid a lot of money in the end. But
Damn.
then he got like his lip was all fucked up. He got something. He got something from her. And his face was all fucking stupid for a while. It's pretty great.
So she got the last laugh.
Yeah. And
First,
then people were doing cocaine there.
um,
Marines got caught doing cocaine. They didn't get caught. Somebody. This
that
is great. Yeah. And so Marines were drinking when they shouldn't have been. They were underage and they got caught. And then basically one of the guys was like, "Well, they did cocaine like 3 weeks ago," like just to try and save himself. Which that's too late to like prove anything. But the first sergeant called them in and you know scared them into like admitting it. And so then they got administratively separated, and that strip club got put on the no-fly list.
first time I went to a strip club was with Donnie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Donnie fucking.
Donnie was the fucking Donnie is
That
the
dude is
fucking
a
best.
character.
He's a
He's
fucking
literally the guy from Atlanta. Have you seen Atlanta?
I need to watch Atlanta.
You need to watch Atlanta. There's a guy in there that's Donnie. It's him.
So we go to the strip club, and because we're not old enough to drink, we got to pay the cover.
Yeah.
First stripper that comes out, like, if I said, okay, I need you to make a woman, and then the only
Mhm.
thing I gave you to make said woman was like that marshmallow shit that comes in a jar.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
oh, what the fuck is it called? Oh my
Uh,
god. It's just called fluff, isn't it?
yes,
Marshmallow fluff
fluff.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
If I gave you
Yeah.
a jar of marshmallow fluff and I said design a woman with this, and then I put her in the Spy Kids thing and like make created this stripper, that's what she would look like. Now, she was very nice, but she also smelled like um
A stripper.
no, like a stripper at a gym. Like it just wasn't it wasn't the mood. So I don't think I've ever been less turned on by a naked woman in my life. Like I was, oh, okay. I felt like I was at the zoo. Like
Yeah.
it was like I'm just sitting there like, oh, okay, all right. People, I just paid to people watch is what I did.
That's
But
what
you
I
know,
do.
but you know, it's 3 a.m. on a Tuesday, so it's only me and Donnie there. And now that I think about it, they probably didn't have the A team out there.
Dude, weeknight at a strip club, that's
Yeah,
the place to be. That's where you find everyone else
it was because I
who's
was
down there with you.
yeah, I was working nights and I had the day
Whatever
off for some
state you're
reason.
in. Like whatever awful place you are in life to be at the strip club on a weeknight. That's you're surrounded by your brethren.
No, it was one of those places that's like right next to a drywall storage facility or some shit. Like just shithole. Uh, so the next stripper comes out and she actually looks pretty good. And the one of the fucking shit hammered guys notices this and comes over and is just fucking I don't even know how many ones, man. It had to be like $120 in ones that this guy. And he's not like being smooth about it. He's not like throwing them at her. He's like pushing them at her. Like getting really close and like throwing like
Sliding them across
yeah,
like he's making an offer,
yeah.
but like one at a time.
No, like handful like dodgeball throwing this like
Oh.
fistfuls of ones at her. And
Like in Breaking Bad when they pay
like
that dude
yeah, and
and they got the
stuffing it.
wad of like soaking wet money
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
just like put it in his hand.
And he's like stuffing it in her fucking thong and shit. So anyway, so he intercepts her at the beginning of the stage, right? And it's a runway. So he
Mhm.
intercepts her like at the top of the T, like we'll put it that way. And so me and Donnie are sitting at the very end of it. All the other seats are empty. We're just sitting there like at the head of an empty table, just like staring at her. And then the guy finally leaves. So you see her look at the end, like where Donnie and I are sitting, with no facial expressions, and you can watch like her will to get through the evening just whoosh, disappear.
Yeah.
But anyway, she comes over and she's got all these ones with her, and she starts shaking her ass. Like she turns around and shakes her ass, and this fucking huge clump of ones falls out, right?
Yeah.
So I I nonchalantly reach down, scoop up all these ones, put it in a pile like they were the ones I came in with, and started throwing them back at her. And then all of a sudden she gets a little bit more excited, you know, she's getting some money. It's just, you know, she's like kind of getting
She
on top
didn't
of me.
notice.
No,
She-
she didn't notice. So she's like kind of getting on top of me, you know, like pulling me close, like kind of getting my face near her tits and stuff like that. I look over her shoulder, I see fucking Donnie sitting. Donnie saw me do it. He's sitting there like just looking at me, like, come on, man, Jesus Christ. She's completely fucking ignoring him.
Yeah.
Also, watching Donnie throw ones at strippers is like
That's gotta be an experience.
it's like teaching like the first time you teach a kid how to throw a line like for fishing. He's like very
Yeah.
gingerly like tossing them across like paper airplane style.
That dude fucking cracked me up.
That
I
dude
remember
slaps.
like because every time you'd be like, "Yo, Donnie," and you'd be like, "That's me." And the one time I fucking knocked on his door and he went, "That's me." Dude lived on a different planet.
I was just talking about him with Dad because he goes, he's like, "Why did he join the Marines?" And I was like, "Well, he went down the list, is what he did."
Yeah.
Because he
He
needed to
got
get.
kicked out. Didn't he get kicked out of his house because he like hotboxed his fucking room and then
No,
like opened the door?
That sounds like why. No.
It's one of those things that you
Yeah.
hear it with him, you don't
Yeah.
doubt it at all. You're like, yes, that makes perfect sense. That's
No, he smoked something. The way he tells it too, it's like he knows how he is and he just can't help it. Like, he like smoked a little bit, and then his mom came home early and like throws the door open. I was like, "Do I smell pot?" And he's sitting there like eyes glazed over, like
yeah.
like Mark
Like
Wahlberg.
lighter right
Yeah.
up, right
Like-
above the fuck.
Like Mark Wahlberg in The Happening. Like, what? No.
No, just give me a second.
And then she threw his ass up.
Nice. That dude was a character, man.
God.
He fucking So I guess we should explain. Like, he got kicked out of his house. He came to live with us because we had a spare room.
Yeah.
And he was paying like 200. What was it? It was like $200 a month or something.
Yeah.
Something fair. To just stay in the room, and but the cat loved to go behind his amp, like in the little back space of his guitar amp, and that's where he kept his fucking bongs and his weed.
Yeah.
And I told him one time,
That's a
like,
classic hiding space.
yeah, I was like, the cat loves to go back there. You probably should like put it somewhere else, because that's the one thing my dad had said was like, he's like, I don't care if you like smoke pot or whatever, just like I can't have it in the house. Like just I don't want any of it in the house. And I told him, yeah, the cat loves to be back there. You should probably move your shit. Like it wouldn't be hard. No one's searching his fucking room. Like no one's being that deliberate about it.
No, yeah.
And he's like, it'll be fine. And then sure enough, like stepmother was going to looking for the cat and knew that it liked to go behind the amp.
Yeah.
And like just reached in to see if the cat was there and was like, oh, what's this? And
Fucking his
He got
mini
kicked out.
bong. Yeah. He got kicked out.
Got his shit broken and got kicked out.
I had Dad called whenever he visited me. He visited me a couple months ago, and Dad called, and I put him on speaker, and Dad goes, "Yeah, I'm sorry for breaking your bong, Donnie." He's like, "No, it's okay." And then Dad texts me like 2 seconds later. He's like, "You know what's funny is I'm high as fuck right now."
Bro, that fucking screenshot you have of from Dad texted you, the stripper with the banging ass is working
No, the
right
bartender.
now.
Yeah. It's
And
like,
then the next, it's not a stripper, it's a bartender. The bartender with the
She's
banging
dumb as
ass is
hell.
working right now. And then the next text is, and she's dumb.
I love the preceding one too, where it's like he's like, it was like, oh yeah, it's like, oh god,
It was some fucking goofy joke.
it was
It was
like-
like something about the dryer.
yeah.
Like, a little dad joke
that's
for you.
He's
And
like,
then-
oh, that sucks. He's like, actually, it blows. Little daddy were for you there. The bartender with the banging ass is working. And then he called the rest, and
That's long.
he called the restaurant like completely wrong too. He's like
Yeah.
the House of Lion,
And she's dumb.
and she's fucking dumb.
That's one
I was-
that I'll remember forever. That fucking screenshot you have where that chick messaged you, "Hey daddy," when you went, "Hey sport." Never replied. That's great.
The other good dad screenshot I have is because I was going through my screenshots the other day. It's oh, he he sends me a picture of my car like with all the, because like I had a bunch of trash in it or something. He's like, clean this shit out right fucking now. I'm not going through this again. I'll sell it by the end of the fucking week if I have to. Next text, hey, can you move your car? We're going out for margaritas tonight.
This popped into my head like yesterday, and I messaged my buddy just to laugh about it with him, because like we went to this Steak and Shake drive-through, and we pulled up to the window, and the chick at the window was just gorgeous, and my move was, "Do you have an Instagram?" And she's like, "Yeah," and I went, "Can I get it?" Like mildly aggressively.
Just really leaned
She's
into it.
like, "No, I have a boyfriend." I was like, "All right," like paid for my shit and left. But yeah, my buddy couldn't. The whole ride back could not stop laughing at me. Going, "Can I get it?"
I'm just imagining your face.
Like she
too.
was late to getting it to me.
Yeah.
You know, like like yeah, can I get that?
Yeah, like can't believe I had
You
to
remember
ask.
those papers I asked you for?
can't believe I had to fucking ask on top of that. I didn't just want to know if you had an app on your phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why she didn't give it to me.
You poor bastard.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
What a stuck up bitch.
Yeah. Dude, Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm are so similar.
Well, yeah, they're written by the same guy.
What? No way. Yeah, I know, but like,
You made me say that. I mean,
the structure of them, and I really appreciate how like anytime something happens in the show, and it's like it does like a little some incident happens and it's like a little joke, and you're like, haha, that was funny, and then like it moves on, like that. It never just does that. Like that will come back somehow and bite somebody in the ass before the end of the episode.
yeah, it's pretty great.
It's pretty entertaining stuff.
It's
I've had a lot of fun
it's a good structure. It's like Chekhov's gun, but
Yeah.
but every
It's just loaded with them.
every 10
Yeah.
minutes, yeah, the gun goes off.
Yeah, it's fun to like call them too.
Pointed at a random direction. That's the exciting part.
Yeah, sometimes it works out for them, and sometimes it doesn't. I love that too. That like every now and then shit does work out. The one I did, the most recent Curb episode I just watched was when Larry goes to there's like a Palestinian chicken place or something like that.
Yeah.
Some kind of restaurant, and they like hate Jews there. And they have all this like anti-Jewish propaganda like up on the walls. And they go there, and the food is incredible. So him and Jeff keep going back, and then like Marty Funkhauser shows up, and he's like went through a midlife crisis and has like revitalized his Judaism.
Yeah.
And is wearing the little Jew hat, and shows up, and like, you know, Larry was like,
Yarmulke?
yeah. And Larry was like, yeah, it's like, just don't wear that. Like, he's basically saying, like, you're just asking for trouble. Like, that's too much. And then Marty's like, well, no, I'm not gonna, I don't need to hide who I am or whatever the fuck. And then Larry basically, like, attacks him, like, takes his hat and, like, just get out. And Marty's like, all right, well, then I'm fucking leaving. Like, I'm not staying. And then the whole restaurant watched Larry do it, and they're all cheering him on. Because
Nice.
he made the Jew leave. And then, like, they know he's Jewish, but they still really like that he did that. And then this, like, smoking hot fucking Palestinian chick comes up to him, and it's like turned on by him doing that. And he goes home with her, and while they're in bed together, she's like saying, like, yeah, just all this, like, anti-Jew, like, just extreme shit, like, yeah, you fucking dirty Jew and all that shit. And he's like, yeah, I guess. Like, he's just along for the ride. Like, he's not gonna let it bother him.
You ever had somebody try that on you? Degrading it?
Talk to me like that?
Yeah.
No.
Somebody asked me to do it to them, and I always like you gotta warm up to it. Like, I can't just hurl abuse at somebody
Yeah.
that I'm just, you know, a stranger.
Not good.
I mean, I would have a hard enough time just randomly doing it to somebody, but this is somebody that, like, I obviously enjoy them, having them around enough to try to have sex with them.
Right. So, yeah, whatever that means.
Oh, yeah, you fucking whore. You.
My favorite thing that I've ever read online was some post where some guy was saying, it's like,
Thanks for getting me out of that one.
he went home with this chick. Huh?
Nothing. Keep going.
He went home with this chick and like, she told him, like, yeah, I want you to talk dirty to me. He like never done it before. And he was starting really like soft, and she was like, come on, like, talk to me. And he goes, yeah, you like that, you fucking retard? One of my favorite things I've ever read. I want to try that on somebody. Dude, I think I mentioned this before, that I fuck with socks on, like, still for the bit, because of that Flight of the Conchords song.
That's like your little Easter egg to yourself.
Yeah, just
Like
for me.
reaching, you're like on top of her, just reaching down,
No, I just don't.
checking to make sure the socks are still on. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I just take everything off but the sock, and no one notices.
doing it right.
No one cares. But then in my head, I'm thinking of that part where he's like, and you know when I'm down to just my socks, what time it is. It's business time.
Do you ever think of something like completely fucking random?
Ever?
No, like
Yes.
no, like, I was having sex. Like I was having sex once, and I like remembered something about a ticket from work. And I was like, oh my god, that's probably why. Like, Steven was having that issue with his phone. Just like... and it wasn't like bad sex. It was just like, oh, wait.
You're just fucking solving physics calculations and shit.
Yeah.
No, I guess I haven't. I'm usually relatively invested.
I just have like flashes of shit like that.
Sometimes I do that. There's been a couple times where I feel like I'm about to bust too soon,
Yeah.
and then I just start like figuring out what I'm gonna do next week.
Dude, chipping away at the schedule.
Yeah.
Like, all right, do we have those forms
Like,
in?
I'm like, okay, well,
What
this
do we
needs
need
to
to
be
do
done
for
no later than Tuesday. I gotta make sure
Yeah,
that's done.
absolutely.
Like, and I don't. That's not hard for me though. It's like really easy for me to just.
I give
take
I give
myself
the
out
I
of
give
it.
the I give the boys a call, you know?
Yeah.
So I can
Call my
mess with them.
mom.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, mom. Yeah, no, I'm just having sex right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to bust.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry to keep doing this.
I know it's the third time tonight.
But no, it's really easy for me to like pull out of, well, mentally to pull out of that,
Yeah.
like I can be all in it and then I can be like out of it and buy myself a tremendous amount of time. I can last forever,
Theoretically.
theoretically. Yeah, I get like sick of it
You ever try?
after a point.
I've been in situations where like I guess it's the male version of faking an orgasm, where you just try to come
Yeah.
fast.
No. I mean, I've tried that while masturbating.
No, I meant because I've been in situations where like I wanted to get out of the situation.
Oh, you didn't like
Yeah.
that yeah. Okay. No, I
It's
have
like-
sex with people that I like.
Well, sometimes when you get older, you won't. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
No, I'm really picky, I guess. I cannot like I don't know, the trope of like guys, saying whatever to like sleep with a girl.
Yeah.
I can tolerate certain things, but like it doesn't matter how hot she is. If she says some shit that like pisses me off, I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
out.
No,
I cannot do it. Like I cannot sit there and pretend to be interested.
It's-
Like I can amplify, you know, bare interest to like, oh, that's really cool, like
yeah.
that kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
I can be sociable, but if like I really think it's dumb, like I cannot do the opposite. I cannot pretend that.
For me, it always
I
happens.
mean, I can get through the conversation. I don't have to like
Yeah.
call her stupid, but I can't like push it far enough to feign interest and be able to tolerate. Like I start being careful with my responses because I don't want her to think that I don't want to reward what she's saying to me. You know, I don't want I don't want to reward her by making her believe that what she's saying is not fucking stupid.
I was about to say my go-to is always like, "Oh, you think that?"
There's sometimes like I try to be really polite to like people that I work with and stuff, but every now and then someone will make a joke that's like just fucking like stupid, and I hate it. And I cannot give them a courtesy laugh. Like I can't reward that behavior.
Oh
And
my
make them
god.
think that's
Did I
acceptable to say.
did I tell you the one time this girl, like, we got done and it was like the second time we had hung out. She's like, "God, I really love you."
Hmm.
So I'm like,
Follow the
"Oh,
belief.
okay." I'm trying to like have a conversation with her that isn't about that, and I text Alex, "Hey, give me a call. Say you have an emergency."
Hmm.
And he goes, "What?" And I was like, "Just give me a call." And so he calls me. He's like, "Oh man, he's like, oh, I gotta get this." I answer the phone, fucking full blast volume. She's sitting next to me. He's like, "Bro, what the fuck did you want me to call you about?"
You're a fucking idiot.
I was like,
you.
"You fucking savage."
You're a fucking moron. Why would you put him on speaker?
I didn't have him on speaker. I had it
Oh,
like I
you
had
just had it
yeah,
loud. Like
the phone was loud
okay.
and she was like sitting next to me, and you watch her face just. I was like, all right,
Oh man.
I was like, it's time to go.
I aspire to be more like Larry David
Yeah.
and Curb Your Enthusiasm and like be in a situation like that where I can be like, that really turned me off. Like that's not an attractive thing to say to someone after like 2 dates.
It's not an attractive thing to say.
It's a little much. I'm working toward that. It's really hard for me to like. Well,
I had a Tinder
I mean,
date once.
no one likes to like say something that makes a situation really uncomfortable.
I had a Tinder
I'm
date
getting
once,
better
and
at it.
she didn't warn me at all. And
You what?
I go to pick up this girl to take her out to dinner, and her fucking dad's standing there waiting for me.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And he's
Yes.
like he's giving her away for the fucking wedding.
Right.
Just like,
Was he hot?
no.
Because you could have gone back for him.
Yeah, I should have. No, I fucking took her out, like had menial conversation, like kissed her on the forehead whenever I walked
You're
her
like
back.
thinking about her dad the whole time.
Yeah.
Barely able to restrain yourself.
I'm like, so Juan, I mean, whatever your name is.
Didn't you
Fuck
you
someone's
told me
dad.
about one girl one time where like she had lied about her age.
Nope, that did not happen.
Oh, that didn't happen.
No,
Okay.
that never happened.
That was some other. Yeah.
You're fucking. What do I gotta clip? What?
That happened to that friend of yours. Yeah.
So a friend
I
of mine
remember
once.
him. Yeah. What happened to him?
He was 18.
Okay.
Okay, and she was 16,
What grade? Oh, okay.
and she said that. But she was working at a place where you had to be 18 to work.
Oh.
But her dad knew the owner. So assumptions were made, and my
Right.
friend,
Gotcha.
or maybe he was, yeah,
You know,
made a mistake.
I
That's what he
think
did.
I think he was 19 if I remember this story correctly.
He might have been.
But I think I know that same guy. I've got a story.
I was worried about him because he lived up in Tennessee, so I made
Right.
a.
But yeah,
Where-
you looked
where
it
I
up and you
don't
found
live.
out that he was in the clear.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
'cause
remember that
he
because
was-
there's that little 3-year window.
He
was really
worried. It's a 4-year window,
was really-
actually.
Oh, go
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Tennessee's good.
So 18-year-olds can fuck 14-year-olds. That's good.
Yeah, you want to make sure the family stays together.
Yeah, I had a friend, that same guy, was telling me, no, this was me. I didn't know that I always thought the, like, vagina smelling like fish thing, was
Yeah.
always, it's just a thing that, like, people say, like, it's
Uh,
a pop culture, like, thing.
yeah.
And then in Vegas, like, I found out, like, there was some filet-o-fish type shit going on. And it was, like, not, like, no joke at all. Like, I didn't eat fish for a while following that experience. Like, it was very, like, I had always figured it was a bad smell with a hint of fish, maybe, like,
Yeah.
somewhat, but more like when someone says, "Oh, this smells like shit," they don't mean that
Yeah.
it smells like feces, they mean it smells bad.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
it's
but no, it smelled like fish.
mhm, like tuna in a
Like,
hot car.
yeah. And I was greatly disheartened, but it didn't stop me.
That's gonna be the. They're gonna figure out a way to fix it. That's gonna be like the story you have for your kids. Instead of I walk to
Yeah.
school both ways.
Yeah.
When I was your
Back in
age,
my day,
when I was your age, pussy smelled like
it was
chicken
like
of the sea.
it was like fucking a blue cheese sandwich that had been in the sun all day. You kids will never know what that's like. It was hard growing up, in my time.
Remember that one time your brother left the fucking the tuna salad in the car for,
Yeah.
and we didn't find it till you sat on it.
And when I stuck my dick in it later, it was exactly the same experience.
They're gonna bring back those surgeries that that are in The Godfather. And
Dude, I'm not letting my kids go on the internet.
not for a minute. I'm gonna do
No,
what Mom did for me, and because she didn't like I got those computers from school, but she didn't let me have
Right.
internet. So she found I don't know where, but Microsoft had an encyclopedia that you could download, and she gave me the CD for that. And I I remember like like seeing what else. I was like looking up boobs.
You're using a pre-downloaded Microsoft encyclopedia to beat your meat.
There's
Of all the stories of, like,
you cannot stop me,
that
bro.
drive that's within humans, like, there's the story of the dude who, like, mined through an entire mountain so that the village could get to the hospital faster and shit. This is that caliber.
I'm sitting there reading like,
You're
oh
sitting
my
there
god,
reading what an encyclopedia describes a
sex.
breast as.
No sex. Like what sex? It's like, and 20% of women can experience something called sex flush. I'm like, oh god, what the fuck
yeah.
is that?
Bust on the word procreation. Jesus Christ, man.
No pictures, by the way.
Yeah, no, I know.
I mean, there was like a cutaway picture
what's
of
so
like the
impressive.
ducks and stuff like that. And I
Oh,
was
the
like,
duck.
yeah, like a cross section of the tit. I'm over
There's,
here.
like-
It's like beating your dick to
Not
a
even
fucking...
looking at the diagram. You're like zeroed in on the line, the label nipple with the line like drawn.
Yeah,
You're just reading that word.
bro, I learned so much about that's how I
Oh
learned so
my
much about
God.
anatomy. Is that that was the. And Mom, whenever I was growing up, she gave us those medical books, like the entry level, like you know
Yeah, I
how a
forgot we
digestive
had
system
those.
works? Yeah, yeah. No, there was.
That was stage 2.
Yeah.
Those had color pages too. I bet there was some fucking.
She gets it back.
She couldn't open it.
It's fucking glued shut.
Yeah. And she'll just never. She'll
On-
never say anything about it.
It should be that hard, you know. It should
Yeah, you need
for
to earn
kids.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's that. Honestly, that's probably the most positive like, type of encouragement. Like if a kid starts watching porn, right? And they've
Right.
never had sex before, they've never really had any experience with somebody of the opposite gender. Like they're just
Right.
there's going to be some surprises for them, you know, first of all. Second of all, they're getting the wrong idea of how
Yeah.
stuff works. Turns out
But if they start with the encyclopedia, they
if they start with the
Then they-
Microsoft Encarta Encyclopedia
if they approach it from an intelligence standpoint,
from the scientific
and
angle.
then they know the definitions of everything that they're seeing in the future.
Exactly.
That's really
They know the definitions, they know what
that's
goes
very
where.
thorough.
It gets rid of the stuff about like, you know, like you know those like I was probably the one kid at school that like people were like, you know, talking about you know, different things that can happen during sex. It's like, oh no, it goes
Yeah.
in like this or like this. It's like, no, man, it goes straight in here and it works like
Let me
such.
tell you,
Let me walk you through it. And
on page 256 in the
I'm-
third paragraph,
I'm-
it says exactly. It
I'm, like,
answers your
talking-
question exactly.
I'm
Let
talking-
me tell you how this.
I'm talking through like how sex actually works and also struggling to conceal my erection at the same. What made me think about it was I was watching a porn the other day and somebody was using it was like one of those like solo girls, you know, like solo
Mhm.
videos where she's like talking to you
Yeah.
and she's using like textbook words for stuff. And I was like, "Oh no." There's a whole generation of the Encarta kids. Like it's the only
You
way
get to
we
be
can get
that
off.
guy that goes in the comments and talks about how most people probably didn't understand this video, but you did. Yeah, you guys probably weren't smart enough to understand this, but I've been masturbating to encyclopedias since I was 12 years old.
Oh man. You know that should be an embarrassing story, but I think it's great.
No, yeah,
It's fucking awesome.
that's a point of pride. It should be.
I really fucking worked at it.
Yeah, I think I was using my iPod Touch to look shit up when I started.
Yeah, the Zune had
But
a
I had it easy.
No, I used a
Dude.
PSP. That was the first internet access. 'cause-
PSP didn't have internet.
Yeah, it did, dude. It had Wi-Fi.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
But you couldn't go to any video sites. It didn't have any way to play videos.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, no, I just had it easy. Google Images, safe search off. Boobs. Set. Match.
We're at work and there's like I love all the people that don't know shit about computers, but like one of the things we do to run stuff in a clean browser, you know, with like no extensions or anything, is to have them open
Yeah.
an incognito window. And these people like can't figure out how to turn on their fucking computers. And I'm like, can you open
Yeah.
an incognito window? Bam. Control Shift N. Right the fuck
Yeah.
away. These people got it. These people got that shit.
Oh, I can do
Muscle
that.
memory. Yeah.
I do that many times a day here at my job.
This one lady handed me her laptop, and I was like, I really don't like personal devices. And she's like, well, you know,
Yeah.
like, they're saying that you guys do the installs for us. I was like, we're not supposed to. So I fucking cracked that bitch open. What is it? Midget porn. Hell yeah.
Nice.
I didn't
Yes,
know. Yeah.
dude. I always thought that was a bit.
Midget porn?
Yeah.
No, it's a thing. I mean, I guess it's like, some people have like, scar fetishes and shit too. They
Okay.
like disfigured people. I'm not saying midgets are disfigured.
Right.
I'm also not saying
Yes,
that
of
they should be
course.
called midgets. This is a disaster.
Would you like a taller shovel?
No. I'm fucked as it is. Oh my
I'm getting
god.
to the point where I can tell racial jokes around black people.
Except there's none here. There's none
and it-
here right
and
now.
It works.
Nope.
I'm getting good at it. It's a skill. It's a skill to do it without sounding like you're burdened by white guilt.
I think that's that's sort of the
Without without sounding like you're trying very hard not to be racist, you know, or like being too afraid. Like if it's a good joke and it's worth telling, then go for it. I was thinking that's how they should get rid of the way that they do ranks in the military.
yeah.
It shouldn't be whatever they do in all the branches. It's gone. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You get dudes in like groups of 20, and you go up to them and you go. So these two black guys are walking down the street, and the guys that walk away, officers. The guys that like walk away right away, they become the officers. And then the guys that like do kind of a look around,
Yeah.
like they check, that's like your staff, not commissioned officer. That's like your senior enlisted. Then the dudes that just are listening and don't look around at all, that's your NCOs. And then your privates are the guys who are like already laughing before you even
They're the ones that finish the joke.
they hear yeah, or they finish the joke.
Like, yeah, no,
But,
we know.
yeah, they're just laughing that there's two black guys walking somewhere. That's already that's hilarious to them.
Not in my town.
Yeah, racism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's bad, by the way.
yeah, it's bad.
We here at Shithouse do not endorse anti.
I'm sad about. I honestly, I feel more pity than like.
When
Well, it's also very easy for me to take this stance, being a white man.
when I first found out about racism like 5 months ago,
Yeah.
I was devastated. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I will say is I thought that black people smelled weird growing up because the only ones that we knew
No,
that we would
please-
like hang out with. You
please.
remember? I'm not
no,
gonna name them, but like
I don't.
they're friend. They're the one. She's friends with mom, and then they had two kids that were both around our age.
Oh, okay. Not.
And they had a house that smelled weird. Did you remember that? Like their house had some houses like have a smell.
Yeah, like you go into a house. Yeah, okay.
And that was like,
Right.
it's the only black people's house that I went to, and it had a smell. So I was like, oh, that's what they smell like. Cool.
That was the only one. That was the only family we let you. That was the only black family we let you around. Not because,
Yeah.
not because we're racist, but because we knew you were.
Yeah. It's completely.
Every time we get you around
completely
a group
genetically racist. It's
Every-
not.
we'd be
There's
like,
no.
oh, hello, and then Steven would be in the back, like, why does it smell bad? I hate them.
But
It
no,
was-
it wasn't like I didn't think it was bad either. It was just it had a particular smell, and then I was like, oh, that's what black people smell like. Cool. And then as I like got older and met other black people, I was, the first time I was like, huh, that's strange.
He smells fun.
He smells. He doesn't have a smell. And then yeah, I eventually realized like, oh no, that's just them. That's just that house. There's the subtle racism
Right.
that our family has that like you pick up on as a kid and then you get older and you're like, oh, that's not okay. And
Yeah.
I think I told you the one.
Don't ask your dad what N stands for on the 4-wheel drive selector.
Forgot he just straight up told you that's what it was.
Yeah.
Dude,
This was last year.
he used to call Vienna sausages monkey Peters. Oh, he still does, but like I thought
Yeah.
that's what they were called. Like
Yeah.
I thought that was the name of them. And I was at
What
across the street.
Do you remember
at
what he
Jacob's
called
house.
fireworks? Whenever you take the sticks out of
No.
them.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Um.
Something
but no.
chasers.
Oh. But I was I was at Jacob's house when I was, I don't know, really young, like middle school. Um, and like his mom like was doing something in the kitchen, and they like had a can of Vienna sausages out. I was like, oh, monkey feeders, like I love those. And she immediately turns around and is like, what? I'm like, you know,
I think I said that to. I
fucking
think I said that to
monkey feeders. I love that
Grandpap.
shit. And she was like, that's not what they're called. She was like, she handled it really well because she realized, she thought I was, at first she thought I was like being stupid, but then she realized like that I just thought that's what they were called. And she was like, who told you that? It's like, that's just what dad calls them.
Dad.
Yeah.
I love, and then he would come, and then he would blame us for that shit.
Yeah.
Why you guys always get me in trouble?
Dude, I'm 9 years old. You tell me something, I'm going to repeat it. Like, holy fuck. Speaking of subtle racism, though, I have a good one for mom where, because she's, well, I know you know, but
Yeah.
I'll explain it. She's hard of hearing, so when she's in public, she signs when she talks, because a lot of times people don't realize that she's hard of hearing, and they think that she's ignoring them. So rather than have to explain to every single person that she interacts with, hey, I'm hard of hearing, work with me on this, she just signs when she talks, and it lets everyone know, basically. And she was at the airport, which is when the hearing aids are like the worst in like public settings when there's background noise. And a TSA agent asked her to like do something, and she didn't hear what he said, so she signed like, and she says, but like she signs at the same time. She's like, "I'm sorry, like, what did you need me to do?" And he signed back, like, "I need you to, take your shoes off or whatever the fuck." And she's telling me this story on the phone, this neat experience, like she ran into someone in public who like knew sign language, which is pretty uncommon.
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, it was really cool that, I totally like wasn't expecting that. He was so helpful and all that." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And then she goes, "Yeah, and he was African American, so don't see that a whole lot." I was like, "Okay."
I was like, I don't know, Mom. Most of the TSA agents I see are black.
Yeah, there's always something like that. Fucking,
Oh my God! Do
did I
you
tell you the
remember?
one when Dad was talking about our gay cousin?
Yeah, yeah. I think you said that
Did
in
I?
here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it was. I think it was I think it was last episode. But my favorite mom story was whenever I came back from this kid that I knew in high school. He was from Ecuador, and we come back.
Oh man, I got a good one.
Yeah, and she goes, did you meet his family? I was like, yeah. I was like, what are they like? I was like, I don't know. Like his dad was pretty cool, but the mom, I didn't really talk to his mom. Maybe that's just how they are. The women can't speak in
I
the presence of males.
remember,
Yeah.
I remember her saying that, and even I was like, and I was pretty young, but I
Yeah.
was like, that's not correct.
Yeah, Mom. Hispanic women are renowned for being quiet in front of men.
She said something about Clinton in a call recently. Hillary Clinton had said that like, uh, because I was talking about how like, it was funny that she tried to like be relatable. That was like part of her whole thing,
Yeah.
and that that was like definitely the wrong move.
Yeah.
And yeah, so then we were kind of talking about how like just a strange like person she appears to be. Like she's fucking weird. And she was like, "Yeah, I think she's a lesbian." Because they I can't remember what she said, but she said something about how like because they're like, she's like, I have lesbian friends. She had to put that in, like but they're they do have they are a little different.
They're dirty, dirty people.
But you talking about Ecuadorian people? I had a friend Mauricio, who's Argentinian,
Yeah, I know.
and yeah, he gave me a ride home from school once, or his mother did, and like I'm in the back, he's sitting up front with his mom, and then I like introduced myself and all that, and then was kind of quiet, and then they were talking in Spanish back and forth, and then he turns to me and says, "Do you speak Spanish?" And I'm going for a self-deprecating like. In my head, I'm thinking like, this is in the tone of like, I'm not smart enough to know two languages, right?
Yeah, what'd you say?
That's how I'm thinking of this.
Yeah, but
I
what'd you
go,
say?
do I look like I speak Spanish? And he just kind of went like, okay, and like turned back, like, and I didn't
Ba-da,
say anything the
ba-da,
rest of the
ba-da,
ride.
ba-da, ba-da,
Yeah, it
ba-da.
was just, it was just bad.
That's fucking
Because I kind of
awesome.
laughed when I did it. Like I was because it was the attitude of like, what a ridiculous question to ask me because I'm not smart enough to know two languages is how I was thinking of it, and immediately I realized like it was definitely the attitude of what a ridiculous question to ask me.
I'm white.
I'm white.
I that's that line from
I
I don't
don't need
speak.
to learn.
What's that line
Yeah, I
from
don't.
I don't speak
From my
man.
name is Earl.
Yeah.
I don't speak help. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I
That
felt
one
just like
line
that.
set this whole country back. That one line from My Name Is Earl is why Trump won.
A buddy of mine pulled that on a white friend of mine. He was the section chief, and we had a friend of ours. His name was Lopez, of course, and he didn't speak English very well. He did the gangs in New York shit. You see this knife? I'm gonna teach you to speak English with this fucking knife.
Jesus Christ.
What a line. He's one of those people who idolizes that character, maybe a little too much. Like, he's not supposed to be a good guy.
Yeah, it's like I like Hans Landa because of his knowledge of French cuisine.
Yeah, and his manners.
Yeah,
He's
impeccable
just a really
manners.
good dude.
Real intellectual.
Yeah,
Knows like what 4 languages.
yeah,
What a cool guy.
yeah. What a guy. But yeah, it was fucking. I think about that at least once a week. Do I look like I speak Spanish?
It was just
His
ah.
fucking mom and I just met. Like, they're nice enough to give me a ride home. Like, I just fucking took a shit on the
all
entire
over.
experience. Yeah. Such a fucking
Remember
like disgusting thing to
remember
say.
that one guy Sterling?
Yes.
Yeah, and his mom like called our mom because I sat in the back of her car and I was like, "Oh man, my knees are going up my nose." Cuz like her seat was back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to go apologize to Sterling's mom.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
And then
I
and
remember
then he got fired from a Dunkin' Donuts for stealing out of the register.
He did? Really?
Yeah, he did.
Wow. He was a good dude.
He had a time of it. His dad was cool. But
His mother was a little strange.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember like I said holy crap once about something and she was like, "Steven." I was like, "Sorry." I'm like, fuck, I don't know.
I remember did you ever play video games at his house? Cuz he had the worst setup in the world. Like I couldn't play games at his
Um
place cuz his TV was busted, so everything was like purple.
yeah, I remember
It
I
was like
saw
it was worse
I
than
saw the
not
ending of
having
Modern
video games.
Warfare 2 in there. And because I wasn't allowed to ever play games like that too, and where he
Yeah.
fucking throwing knives Shepard in the eye.
No,
I
wait,
was
no,
like,
you're thinking
what
of the
the
wrong guy.
fuck? Oh, who was that?
Sterling had a fucking like NES. Like he didn't have anything.
Oh yeah. And that was in like that out. It was like in their
Like
fucking.
it had like a pebble floor. It was like really fun.
Yeah. And the TV was like up in the corner. It was like Michael Scott's TV in that one episode where he's proud of having a plasma screen,
Mhm.
but it wasn't a plasma screen and was the same size and was like up in the corner. Who am I thinking of that I saw play Modern Warfare 2?
Was that Alex or Alec?
Might have
No.
been Alec.
Oh,
I don't know. I remember seeing it though, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like I'd never seen anything like that before in a video game.
well, yeah,
He
because all
like
we had
throwing
was
knives him in the face.
NASCAR
Yeah,
Thunder didn't have a lot of that.
yeah, NASCAR Thunder 2003. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, but we weren't allowed to have the cops on.
That was cool.
Yeah. Had him on all the time.
I played
Yeah, I
Finding
said it.
Nemo once, and you broke something.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't remember that game.
No,
I don't remember that game
I
at all.
played Finding Nemo, the game that you never played, but because it
Right.
was your game, you broke something in my room. I can't remember what.
Yeah, you probably had it coming.
I probably did something else.
I remember playing a shitty Ice Age game, and there was like a mini game where you could swim around as the fucking retard squirrel.
Scratch, Scritch,
Yeah,
Scratch,
Scrappy Doo, whatever the fuck, and I would like,
Scritch. Oh my god, that's gonna fucking kill me. What?
I don't know. I would just swim though. Like I didn't like anything else in the game. I just liked the swimming around.
I like how he screamed. I thought that was really. I thought he had a really good scream.
Yeah, he's a. I'll watch that. I'll watch that again.
That was about as good as it gets.
That was a good time.
Images:
Still green? Yeah,
acorn,
that's 2 hours
female,
ago.
transparent, frozen. Scrat.
Scrat?
Yeah. Species: saber-toothed squirrel.
Now, what's the point of having saber teeth as a squirrel? Do you, does it say?
No, I'm trying to see if this is like a real thing.
I don't remember those movies banging.
Researchers have discovered the fossil remains of a 94-million-year-old squirrel-like critter with long, narrow snout and a piece of curved saber fangs.
Wow.
94,
Doesn't say what it.
94 million years ago?
Wow. It's a lot of. It's a lot of time.
There were no acorns.
Speaking of time.
There were
how
no
long have we been
acorns
going?
around at the time, though, so Chronopio, like Scrat, would have had to do without them.
No wonder they went extinct.
They named it fucking... they didn't have anything to eat.
They didn't have any fucking food. Fucking stupid ass squirrels, bro.
Bro, imagine, like,
What a
deciding...
dumbass species.
Imagine deciding to exist at a time where there's no acorns.
Imagine
and you're-
evolving
Yeah,
before your food exists.
that's why...
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, how many of those squirrels do you still see around?
Yeah.
The gray ones? The ones that fucking waited?
Dude, you know what I just thought of? I had an alligator squeaky toy.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Holy shit, that fucking
we
thing.
were
That's
riding in the
why
car.
mom and dad got divorced.
Yeah, that's fair. We were riding in the car and
9 years later.
I was squeaking it over and over, and then Dad like turned around. And he's like, "If you don't fucking stop, like whatever." And then
Yeah.
like I waited like a minute, and it started squeaking again. And he fucking snatched it, rolled down the window, and fucking yeeted it.
You pitched
I
that shit
started
into a
crying and
Walgreens
shit.
parking lot.
Yeah. And then like Mom made him turn around and go find it because I was like losing my fucking mind.
That was based.
He definitely like told me exactly what was gonna happen.
Yeah,
I
I'm
waited
gonna
like a
pick-
minute.
I'm gonna pitch it out the
I was like-
fucking window.
Yeah. I
And-
was like, he won't do that.
And
Like the thundering of the wind when the window came down was like when I realized like I was faced with the imminence of the consequences of my actions.
you had made a terrible fucking mistake. That's awesome.
The negotiations ran short.
You were right about one thing. The negotiations were short.
Yeah, I think that's part of what helped me be such a fuck as a kid. Is Mom would like defend me. She would like let me do shit. That
And
alligator
then she
should
would
have.
just stand there in your room too. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, that shit was something. But yeah, like that alligator belonged in the Walgreens parking lot. Like I was just
It should've
squeaking the
stayed there.
fuck out of it all the time, and it was like amusing to me that it pissed people off. Like, that's how much of a fuck I was. I was like, that's funny.
That's awesome.
And then, yeah, and then And then he was like, yeah, I'm gonna throw it out the window. And I was like, Mom's here. He won't do it. He fucking like had to throw it over her. Like he threw it out the passenger side window.
I remember that.
He threw it across her.
Oh man, I
was
miss
like,
that truck. I want that. I wish I didn't have to get. I wish it didn't explode.
Yeah, dude, that truck
That
lasted
would've
a
been
long
pretty cool.
time. The truck's been through a lot of shit.
295,000 miles, and he bought it new.
Yeah, that's fucking dope, man. It's a fun truck. Oh
awesome.
man,
All right, that's
how long we been going, bro?
1 hour and 46 seconds. So I think
Oh god, I thought you were gonna say 46 minutes.
no,
Oh fuck.
I think
Yeah, I have no concept of time.
this is good.
Yeah.
We'll throw in a little apology here to our avid listeners.
Oh yeah. Sorry, we're inconsistent as fuck. I actually have a lot of work shit going on.
Yeah,
And we will.
I'm studying
by
for my
next
A
month.
plus, and also the new Battlefield came out.
Next month we will return to a more regular schedule.
Yeah.
It's gonna be spotty for just a little while longer. I know that's gonna break a lot of hearts out there,
But hey, if you cheapskates had ever actually given us fucking money for it, we might have.
we didn't set it up yet.
Oh,
We also didn't do that.
well,
We're really good at this.
Venmo me at okay.
Just mail me cash.
Mail me a check.
Like, yeah.
I'll set up a PO box instead of sending up a Patreon. We'll set up a PO box for people to fucking send us money, and then
And they can send us
in
questions.
the
That's
yeah
the
no
only way they can do
in the
things.
return address, I'll send you the link to the exclusive Patreon.
On a piece of
Yeah.
paper, so you can fucking have to type the whole HTTPS, all that
Scribbled
fucking
out.
shit.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
handwrite it for everybody.
Yeah.
So imagine how I feel.
Oh, plug the email again. What's our email?
It's the shithouse at
Did we make
gmail.com.
it?
It's S1T H
No, it's SH1.
SH1T THE SH1T H0US3 at gmail.com.
Send us whatever you want.
Yeah.
But we won't look at it until
I don't think anybody's sent us anything yet.
no
Hold on.
one's gonna send it.
Actually, I'll tell you what. If somebody has, now's the time to know. Give me 1 sec.
Sure. But no one has.
Anybody that's sending us an email, this is Shithouse Central. Learn how to protect yourself and your community. So I got an email from
sent that?
Twitch.
Okay.
Oh,
out to
Steve Dick has subscribed to you on YouTube.
Okay.
And promotions from Twitch.
Cool. Yeah, send us an email. We might look at it next episode.
That's THE SH1T H0US3
You're a fucking moron.
at gmail.com. Be kind. Be kind to each other.
Yeah.
You fucking. And send us money.
Yeah, that too. Email
That-
us money.
That would be very kind of you.
Yeah, this episode was over 5 minutes ago.